On this week's Follow That Somm, we revisit Chenin Blanc with Master Sommelier Pascaline Lepeltier. Pascaline teaches us how to match wine with food using one of Chef Andy Bennett's fresh, inventive dishes at Rouge Tomate in Chelsea.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you.
What you need to understand how a pairing works is think about the structure.
Okay.
Okay, we talked about that
Yes.
before. So how is your dish built? What is the main ingredients?
Okay.
How is it cooked and prepared?
Okay.
And what is the side?
Great.
Okay, that is what you need to know. Well, this is mushroom. They are, cut as a tartare. That is my main ingredients. They're going to be on the raw side. And what is my seasoning? Because the seasoning is a key here. So there's going to be a lot of Worcestershire, so there is the egg and everything. So my structure is going to be something a little bit juicy.
Okay.
Eventually slightly crunchy.
Okay.
I'm not going to have to chew a lot.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to kind of swallow it quite fast. I'm sorry, it's a bit disgusting.
No,
but,
this is great. Oh, I love it.
It's not like a piece of meat like you need to chew before.
So
okay?
it goes quickly.
It goes quickly.
So cool.
It doesn't stay a long time in your mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, and it's probably going to have a mild acid and a lot of earthy flavors. So if you go here, I will go with a light red wine with not too much tannin. Or I will do with a powerful white with just a hint of tannin, which is very mellow here, to kind of cover that. So structure. And when I talk to you about my wine, I talk to you in terms of structure.
Yeah.
And it's also, in fact, the way you talk in a restaurant without you noticing it. What you don't realize is the way you talk to me or look to talk to people about wine. You never tell me, oh, I like black currant with licorice wine. Nobody tells me that. They say, oh, I like big wine, I like fruity wine, I like fresh wine, I like sparkling wine. Everybody talks in structure without noticing. And that is awesome because we have a common language.
Oh.
If I have a sweet wine, if I taste sweet, you're probably gonna taste sweet. If I taste acidic, you're probably gonna taste acidic.
Okay.
Because our taste buds are kind of similar between us, unless you have a very specific disease. If we start to talk about aromatics, we are not gonna be on the same page because they're way more subjective. So if I tells you, even cooked quince with a certain type of spice, or I start to mention certain type of wild apple, there is little chance you tasted this fruit.
And that's okay that we taste different things?
It's fantastic.
Oh!
It's amazing. And your subjectivity and your relationship with that type of flavors and aromatics are personal and they're wonderful. But I can't rely on them to find a wine. Because if you tell me you like blueberry, and I think blueberry, in fact, it's raspberry for me, you're going to be disappointed. Okay, we got a pairing based on the structure. What's going to make a great pairing is when the structure in the wine is going to also kind of interfere with the aromatics. So the aromatics are second layers.
Okay.
So that dish requires a kind of on the power side of white wine, if we talk about white wine, with a little bit of grainy texture.
Okay.
That can kind of handle the richness because it's still a pretty rich dish for a vegetable-driven dish.
Right.
So I can go young wine, old wine, I can go a little bit more aromatic grape, more neutral grapes, I can go a little bit more oak, less oak. That is my secondary path of my pairing. So here is a lot of mushroomy flavors. I have two choices, and it's my second trick for pairing. Either you go same, parallel flavor, or you go opposite.
Okay.
Which is more difficult to realize. When you do opposite pairing, it requires way more work. You really need to, there's that mushroom here, maybe I'm gonna go with sweetness, with some botrytis, and I'm gonna bring that. That is more complicated, but here, it's a very earthy wine. So we are gonna go parallel.
Ooh, so you take the earthy structure and you match it to the earthy structure of the wine.
On that one, yes, what I'm gonna do here. I taste my wine first.
Okay. Okay.
Get an idea, okay?
I can do it with you.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so kind of mayonnaise-based idea is poached egg. You see the fat, but it's not very heavy. It's more like whipped and very, very soft. And it doesn't take too long and doesn't kind of cover your tongue.
Right,
okay.
definitely a strong egg.
So that is my sauce. The sauce is crucial every time you do a pairing. And then I'm going to take a piece of that and I'm going to taste everything at the same time. You get a bit of the green, the fresh green that really brings the bitterness.
Yeah, that's on the front.
Okay. On the front, you get the crunchiness for the chips that are very, very interesting because it's really ask you to show it a bit. And then the mushrooms are very, very soft, and we really taste 100% the different layers of this earthiness. And they are not too strong either. You get a little bit of the hint of spice at the end.
Very much spicy.
Okay. So the vinegar is not too strong. You get a bit of heat, and that is really helping to mellow down everything. So I'm glad here because that mellowness is going to be great with my alcohol.
Okay.
The kind of fat, the slow fat of that is still going to be very good with the glycerol and the oiliness of the wine. Take a bite and take the wine at the same time.
Oh my gosh, and not spit.
And not
spit anything out of your mouth. And look very ladylike.
And yeah, it's quite difficult.
Should we try it?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're gonna get everything in our bite.
Yep. It is not easy to do, and nobody does that in fact.
Now we can. Permission.
But this is how
Take
you
it all in.
This is how you see how the pairing works, really. So now we see, and what I really like is like how the wine and the dishes kind of get through together. There is no tension between them. The wine was round enough and soft enough to be able to handle both the creaminess and the texture of the egg, and also the touch of the mushroom. Not too much alcohol, so the heat is not enhanced.
Ah, yes.
And enough acid to cut through, and aromatically we're on the very same world. So then I'm going to take a bite. That's the way I would do if I'm on lunch, I'm going to take my bite. I will eat, talk to you, my mouth open, which is absolutely not polite. And I will take my bite, my wine. And so we do at lunch. We talk, blah, blah, blah.
This is what we do at lunch.
And boom, and what's going to be super cool is my wine is going to kind of take all this aromatic, expand them, kind of make them flow again with the liquid. And the finish of my wine is going to kind of clean up my palate.
And it's cleansed, and you're ready for more, and you just want more.
Yeah. So it's how it works, I think, for pairing.
It's amazing. It's so fun. This is so deliciously good. But
So-
it's just bright and powerful, and then like grounded and silky and smooth at the same time.
So that should think
Mushroomy.
maybe of a stacked steak tartare, and I love that dish. I think it's a very great take, simple take but very thoughtful, and something layers and everything. I like and this food for his ability to take something evident and to not take it out of his environment, but just enhance his complexity and his texture.
Yeah.
I think the food we have here is amazing for wine because there are just these layers of a bit of bitter, a little bit of acid, a little bit of everything, so I can really play with wine that are also very very layered. I'm very lucky to be working here. This is what is such an amazing thing. You can write rules, but there will always be exception. And if you start to do that way, you just narrow down yourself. Just explore and don't feel bad. If it's something you like, you know what? Awesome.
Own it.
Yeah, because it's so rare to be able to really enjoy something today. So just enjoy it, you know. There is no problem.
We have no problems here. Pascaline, thank you so much. It's been a pleasure. I've learned so many things. And
Thanks a lot.
hopefully you feel like the wine is much more accessible, because even she says, really, you can't make mistakes, and you can't have a stupid question.
You can't.
So thank you. I'm going to give you this wine key.
Thanks a lot.
I appreciate
I
it.
always
You've
need
been
a
following.
wine key.
Good. You can think of our time.
Yeah, I like this one. So thanks a lot.
Thank you.
Great to have you.
It's a pleasure.
Thanks so much to Pascaline Lepeltier and Chef Andy Bennett of Rouge Tomat for their incredible hospitality. For more videos and articles on wine and food, head to wineforfood.com.